very, very severe limitations.
The room might be unassuming, although the findings announced by human rights group Restless Beings are anything but. After what it called a systematic investigation into Israel's war on Gaza since October last year, the organisation claimed its findings were unequivocal.
This report shows that what happens is two things. Firstly, they followed the civilian population from north to south. And secondly, the impact on those civilian institutions doesn't bring about the results of their stated military objectives, which is the capture of hostages or the reclaiming of hostages or the dismantling of Hamas.
The report has been supported by members of the UK's Parliament, including former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, Labour's Afzal Khan and Labour's Afsana Begum. Amid increasing calls for restrictions on weapons sales to Israel, other MPs are saying they will be putting forward arguments to that effect as well.
One of the main recommendations of this report, which I wholeheartedly endorse and asked the Deputy Foreign Secretary about just last week, is that the government must impose an immediate and complete arms embargo against Israel. Without doing so, the UK government is complicit in these war crimes.
The UK is seeing a growing number of groups hitting out at the government over its support for Israel since the start of the conflict. A debate in Parliament on Monday saw lawmakers arguing about a special visa scheme to allow Palestinian refugees into the country. The government so far hasn't said whether such a scheme would seriously be considered. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak earlier on Monday said he was concerned about divisive ideologies in Britain. He warned about hate speech and abuse of liberal democratic values as being among the key security threats in the coming years.
Now, I feel a profound sense of urgency because more will change in the next 5 years than in the last 30. I'm convinced that the next few years will be some of the most dangerous, yet the most transformational that our country has ever known.
More protests continue to erupt in British education institutes. While popular movements have raised the profile of the issue to domestic audiences, however, many have said it's only the legal system that can ultimately make a difference. Across the world, international organisations are increasingly turning to the law to try and pressure governments over their relationship with Israel. So far, countries like the UK have managed to resist that pressure. But if it continues, responsibility for any war crimes that Israel is ultimately found guilty of could extend far beyond Israeli shores. Joel Flynn, TRT World in London.